Welcome to Spotlight Advent. I'm Bruce Gulland. And I'm Liz Wade. Spotlight uses special English methods of broadcasting. It is easier for people to understand no matter where in the world they live. Imagine the inside of a laboratory. Men and women in a white lab coats bent over long tables. One woman is working over a small plastic dish. She takes a small container of liquid and empties it into the dish. Then she squeezes several drops of different liquid from a long tube. She seals the dish and places it in the container with several more dishes. 6 weeks pass. The dishes sit in the container, but inside the dishes, something is happening. Slowly, a red substance starts to grow. By the end of the 6 weeks, it fills the dish. It looks like a hamburger, but does it taste like one? The woman returns to the laboratory and chooses one dish. She brings it into the kitchen and places the substance on a hot pan. Once it is brown, she puts it between two pieces of bread. Then she takes a big bite. This may seem like something in a futuristic film, but the woman has just taken her first bite of a lab-grown or individual meat. Many people think this new technology can have so many problems in the world of meat production. But will people really eat it? Today's spotlight is on individual meat. Many people around the world love meat. They eat pigs, chicken, cows, goats, and many other animals. Meat is an important part of the world's diet. For some, meals with meat are important to who they are. Many regional foods depend on the meat for their uniqueness. But there are also a big problem with meat. Raising animals takes up a lot of space, food, and water, and the global population is increasing. As more people come to live on the earth, they will demand more meat. But the earth may not have enough space to keep these animals. Raising livestock animals also has a serious effect on climate change. Some animals, like cows, goats, and sheep, have special stomachs. These stomachs allow them to eat foods that are very hard to digest, like grasses and leaves. But digesting this food produces a lot of methane gas. Methane is a very powerful greenhouse gas. It traps 20 times more heat than carbon dioxide, and the global meat industry is responsible for 30% of world's methane production. If the world continues to produce meat like this, it could be very bad for the environment. For some people, growing meat in laboratories may be the solution to this problem. Meat grown with this method is usually called culture meat, lab-grown meat, or individual meat. To make individual meat, all the scientist needs is a few cells from an animal's muscle. They put these cells in a special environment. Then they add nutrients and chemicals called hormones. These chemicals cause the cells to grow. The process does require some things from animals, but a few cells from a cow could grow thousands of pounds of beef. It is much more efficient than raising livestock and does not produce methane. Liz Pitt is the Director of Science and Technology at the Good Food Institute. She spoke to the website Jan. Culture meat could address on problems related to industrial meat production. It addresses environmental impacts and concerns about treated animals well. It stops the risk of getting disease from animals. It can do all this while making sure there is a production system to meet the round and the demand for animal protein. For people like Smith, individual Smith could solve many of our problems, but the technology for individual meat is still very new, and it is still very expensive. Mark Pass is a Dutch scientist. He was the first person to make a lab-grown hamburger in 2013. It was made from a cow cells. The hamburger was very expensive to make. It cost $325,000, and it took 3 months to grow. Today, the process is much faster. Good Food Meat is a company that has started growing individual chicken. The chicken only takes 2 weeks to produce, but a meal for this chicken will cost about $17. The process also may not be as environmentally friendly as people thought. Growing individual meat uses a lot of energy. Some of this energy will come from burning fossil fuels. This releases carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide traps heat in the atmosphere, and it lasts the atmosphere longer than methane. So many people say it is worse for the planet in the long term. Growing individual meat may also cause a lot of waste. This is because cell cultures must be sterile. They must be free of any bacteria. Otherwise, other things will grow and ruin the meat. These sterile containers also create a lot of plastic waste, and there is already a problem of too much plastic waste in the environment. But the big question about individual meat might be, will people eat it? Many people do not trust fruit grown in a lab. Individual meat may seem unnatural, or people might fear that it will somehow affect their bodies in a bad way. And individual meat also does not taste like meat from animals. It does not have fat, only muscle. Fat must be added later, and taste is still not quite the same. Still, individual meat is coming. Today, it is available in very few places, but dozens of companies are working on the meat growing methods. Companies have invested billions of dollars in this creature, and many people believe that it is protein in the future. George Tetrick is the CEO of Egg Jut, which grows individual chicken. He told the website CNET. I want tens of thousands of restaurants to have cultured meat on the menu. Then, at some point, I want them to ask their chef, why do we have conventional chicken on the menu too? Would you eat visual meat? Why or why not? You can leave a comment on our website at www.spotlightenglish.com. You can also find us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. The writer of this program was Dan Quisman. The producer was Michio Ozaki. The voices you hear were from the United Kingdom and the United States. All codes were adapted for this program and voiced by Spotlight. This program is called The Future of Meat. Visit our website to download our free official app for Android and Apple devices. We hope you can join us again for the next Spotlight program. Goodbye.